Hey, what is going on, and welcome back to the channel. So today we have the biggest foldables of 2026 going head to head. Motorola's first proper book style foldable, the Razr Fold, up against OPPO's latest masterpiece, the Find N6 Global. Now both of these phones are doing things that are genuinely just impossible to do at this thickness, but here they are doing it. Right off the bat, just being honest, I do prefer the way the OPPO looks. I just think the camera bump on the OPPO is a bit more premium looking than the stovetop kind of layout on them, on the Razr. But honestly, that doesn't really matter. That's just, my opinion. But yeah, it's a bit wonky looking. Honestly, picking a winner out of these two is really hard because, well, one of these phones has the world's first Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3 and a DxO Mark gold label camera. Now, the other is thinner than most USB-C cables and has basically eliminated the crease. So let's break this down piece by piece and figure out which one deserves your money. Now, starting with the design, because both of these are flexing kinda hard. Now, the Razr Fold comes in at 4.55 millimeters when it is open and 9.89 millimeters when it's closed, weighing at around 243 grams. Now, the OPPO Find N6 takes things a step further at 4.21 millimeters unfolded, so it is a little bit thinner than the Razr. Let me go ahead and show you guys. It's not really all that noticeable, but in hand you do kind of start to notice it. The OPPO is also 8.93 millimeters when it's closed, so it's also slightly thinner when it's closed as well, and it weighs 225 grams. That is very impressive. 243 grams versus 225. That's a solid difference. Now, with the Motorola, you do get IP48 and IP49 ratings, meaning 1.5 meters of fresh water for 30 minutes plus protection against high temperature water jets. But the Find N6, well, that's not a slouch either. You get IP59 protection, which also handles pressurized water jets, and OPPO's second generation titanium flexion hinge, which is rated for 600,000 folds with auto smoothing flex glass that's 50% thicker than the standard ultra thin glass. Now, they're calling it the zero feel crease, so you can still see it, as you guys could tell, but it's really hard to actually feel. In fact, I'm gonna go on record and say it is almost impossible to feel the crease unless you really push your finger into the display, but no one's really doing that. Now, to compare it to the Moto, let's go ahead and open both phones. Let me go ahead and enter the right there, boom. So yeah, right off the bat, we can see two things right here. First of all, the crease on the OPPO is barely noticeable. You can see it, but not as noticeable as on the Motorola. But another thing, if you guys noticed, is the anti-reflective properties. Motorola is very reflective, but with the Razr, or I'm sorry, the Find N6, you can barely see my camera. You can kind of make out the silhouette. But with the Moto, I mean, yeah, you can definitely see the camera. I'm actually stuttering at how massive the difference is. But see, instead of Motorola kind of, obsessing over the crease, they have focused on opening and closing experience, because if you guys could tell, the side where you open the phone, it's a little bit indented. So what I'm trying to say is your thumbs, they have something to grip onto, and this is just the most comfortable opening experience that I've ever used on a folding phone. I mean, it is genuinely impressive. With the Find N6, it's completely flat on the sides, so your thumb has more of a chance of not really gripping the phone hard enough for it to kind of open. So your thumb will kind of start to slip around a little bit as you're trying to open the phone. It's not a massive deal, but in terms of just overall confidence and comfort, the Moto does win. And hey, if you appreciate no BS tech reviews, I just say it how it is, definitely consider subscribing. But what about the cameras? And this is gonna be kinda close. Now, Motorola is claiming the #1 foldable camera on DxOMark based on their March 2026 testing. You get a 50 megapixel main camera with f1.6 aperture and 3.5 degree OIS, pretty darn impressive. Then you also get a 50 megapixel ultra wide with autofocus and macro at 122 degree field of view, and you also get a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto using the Sony Literia 600 sensor with, of course, 300x optical zoom or 100x super zoom and OIS. You also get a 50 megapixel ultra wide with autofocus and a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto using the Sony 600 sensor with 3x optical zoom or even up to 100x super zoom. OPPO, on the other hand, is going hard with the Hasselblad partnership. The main shooter is a 200 megapixel camera, f1/1.56 and OIS. Now, the 50 megapixel ultra wide captures 50% more light than the N5, and the 50 megapixel periscope telephoto offers 3x optical zoom with a unique 10 centimeter telemacro mode. Now, for video, Motorola caps at 8K 30 with 4K 120 slow motion. OPPO offers 4K 120 Dolby Vision recording on the main sensor, which is genuinely wild for a foldable. But the overall video experience on the OPPO isn't as refined as on the photo side. Either way, both of these phones, I don't want you overthinking it, so I'm gonna keep it short. Both of these phones, they take incredible looking photos, which is even wild to think about because a few years ago, if you said a foldable took great cameras, or great photos, I meant, people will just laugh at you. But nowadays, man, they're doing good. Moving on to the displays, the Razr Fold goes absolutely crazy here. 6.6-inch cover screen, 2520 by 1080, 21:9 aspect ratio, and a very impressive 165 Hz refresh rate. You also do get 6,000 nits of peak brightness. That's basically a flagship phone in and of itself just on the cover screen. Once you unfold it, you get 8.1 inches of 2K Extreme AMOLED LTPO display, 120 Hz, 6200 nits of peak brightness. That 6200 nit inner panel is definitely very impressive. The Find N6 goes with a slightly different philosophy, so it is slightly bigger 8.12-inch inner display, which does peak at around 2500 nits of brightness, and the cover screen hits 3500 nits. So on pure brightness, Motorola wins on this one, but OPPO of course has that anti-reflective coating that genuinely changes the game for outdoor visibility. Now, there is something else to note, is that on the Motorola, the display is a little bit curved. So as you guys can see, there's just a little bit of curve. It's nothing too crazy. However, if you do prefer a flat, completely flat display, the OPPO is definitely going to be the one to pick. It is completely flat. But I will, I'm just being honest here. The curve on the Moto isn't like it was like on older Galaxy models where there's like a legitimate, like a big curve. It's honestly like, it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, I didn't even notice it until people pointed it out. I mean, it's curved, but like, it's kind of like an iPhone curve. Like back when, I think it was the iPhone 10, it had like that 2.5D curve along the edges. It's not a big deal, but it's there. If you prefer a flat display, the OPPO is the one to get. Now, when it comes to the Moto, the outside display, the cover display does go up to 165 Hz. However, that is only when you're playing select games. When you're just scrolling through the OS, it is the same 120 Hz as it is on the Find N6, so no big deal there. But if you are like a heavy gamer and you want to play on the cover display instead of on the inside larger display for some reason, yeah, this thing will hit 165 Hz. Now, speaking of gaming, performance is interesting. The Razr Fold runs the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. Now, the Find N6 Global runs the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, but it's a 7-core version, which OPPO just says helps with the thermals in that ultra-thin chassis. You do also get 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of UFS 4.1 storage. Both these phones run Android 16, Motorola with their own skin, and OPPO with ColorOS 16. In daily life, I do not notice a single difference with performance between these two phones. It's not like one is going to be dramatically better or faster than the other one. even though the chips are different and one is more powerful than the other, it doesn't really translate into real daily use, if you know what I mean. I think you guys are going to have a blast with any of these two phones, at least when it comes to performance. Batteries where things get a bit interesting, because both of these phones have a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, they're identical. This really comes down to just optimizing how each company optimizes the software to work with the battery. And it's pretty much the same. I mean, both of these phones are going to get you easily, by the way, very easily throughout the one day, even into the next day. I'm averaging about a day and a half on both of these phones. So that's incredible. I mean, go back a few years, if you told somebody, hey, my foldable has good battery life, they'll probably call, you into a psychiatric ward for lying blatantly. But nowadays, it's possible. Now, charging speeds are pretty much the same. Again, both offer 80-watt wired charging, both offer 50 watts wireless charging. So yeah, again, same. So what exactly is the verdict? Well, if you care about durability, the brightest display on a foldable, and the DxOMark Gold Label camera system, the Motorola Razr Fold is your phone. That 6200 nit inner panel, the Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3, and the 165Hz cover screen are huge wins, and Motorola really thought about the small details, like how easy it is to open and close the phone. If you want a phone that's thinner and lighter and also has basically an invisible crease and of course that Hasselblad camera signature look, well, the OPPO Find N6 is the move. It just kind of feels like the phone that has no compromises. But again, honestly, both of these folding phones are among the best, if not the best, folding phones that I've used, and this is why this comparison is so hard. Like, I make a lot of comparisons, but this video, I was just sitting there thinking like what phone would I even pick? I don't even know. Again, if we're going just by looks, I do like the way the OPPO looks over the Motorola, but I do like the way the Motorola handles in hand better than the OPPO. But when it comes to video, one does video better than the other, and same with the cameras, one does cameras better than the other. Same battery life, same charging. I'm lost. But which of these two are you picking and why? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here and you like no BS tech reviews, definitely subscribe. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.